the third Sunday of the blessed month of Ahatur. You remember the time of the fire in the area of Anheim Hills? Thank God we didn't evacuate, we didn't have an order to evacuate, but we were ready. So when I asked the kids, get ready, everybody entered his or her room and they started collecting stuff. So one of the kids is bringing, I don't know, but a lot of teddy bears, many teddy bears. And they are trying to catch every single teddy bear. So I told them, no, this is not going to work out. You pick one and let go everything else. They were heartbreaking, yes. But I think this is what happens in our spiritual life. It started with glory to God, and I showed you the last slide. So, can we resume back to the first slide? And so likewise, whoever of you does not forsake all that he has cannot be my disciple. Our problem is that we are attached. Our problem that we are holding fast. Our problem is that we don't want to let go. On every scale. Let go your game, let go your turn, let go your portion, let go to eat first, let go your rights in marriage, let go being the first in service, let go your position in career, let go loss financially. We don't want to let go. And the more we don't want to let go, the more we are attached to this stuff. And in critical times, you cannot be attached, because whatever is you remember what did the sailors do in the story of Jonah when the boat was sinking, when there was a huge storm and everything was falling apart? What did the sailors do? Well, they started throwing away the goods. This is money. They are throwing away money. Yes, they started throwing away money, because when the boat is heavy and there is a storm, your soul is more important than whatever is in the boat. The salvation of our each soul is more important than anything that you have or you are attached to. There is a sad story in Texas. Do you remember the hurricane that came? There was a city that they were very stubborn and too much attached to their houses. And they didn't, the whole city said, we are not leaving. We are staying, and khalas, this is our life is equal to our possessions. This is what they are saying. So the governor sent a message and said, okay, if you are that much attached to your homes, write your social security number on your arm with a Sharpie. So as when you die, we will recognize you. And this shook them, and they started leaving. The whole point is attachment, that we are that much attached. Sometimes relationships, sometimes money, sometimes career, sometimes advancement in whatever you want, sometimes the dream that you want to pursue. I'm not saying that do not be ambitious. I'm not saying do not have goals. I'm not saying do not have plans in life. Be ambitious, have goals, have plans in life, but put all of this under the feet of the Lord and tell Him, you are more important than those. If you are going to bless me, great. If you are not, great. So the problem in today's gospel, it is the attachment. It is that we are not able to forsake. The word forsake means for the sake of God, do it. For the sake of God, leave. For the sake of God, let go. But we are go. If you don't trust what I'm saying or you don't believe it, go to any court system, any court. family law, criminal law, any court, and ask, this case, why those people are in the court? Because they don't want to let go. The criminal, I don't think this is apply much to the criminal. There is another factors. But the problem is, you find someone who loses all what they have, and they start all over, and as if they lost nothing. And you find someone who is losing maybe 10% of what he or she has, and they are collapsing, and they lose it all, and they lose hope, and sometimes even they commit suicide. I think I have said this story many times. There was a man, but it is a very powerful story. We knew this story from a vision that a nun saw it in that area. So there was a man who was climbing the mountain, and you know, when you are climbing the mountain for the sake of the safety, they put the rope in the harness so as to protect if anyone is falling. It was very, very late at night. He was late from the group. It was almost midnight. It was very cold weather, and he asked God, and he said he fell and he couldn't see anything, and he doesn't know what to do, and he's going to freeze to death from how the cold the temperature was. And he didn't know what to do, and he asked God, and he told him, "Oh God, show me, what do I need to do?" And he heard a voice saying, "Cut the rope." He doesn't see anything. And he heard the voice saying, "Cut the rope," twice. And he said, no, I'm not going to cut the rope, because he can't see anything, and cutting the rope means death for him. And they found him dead the second day, 2 inches away from the ground. And he was stubborn. As I told you, how did we know about this story? Because a nun saw what happened in a vision. That's why we knew. Because otherwise, how you can tell what happened? But it was the voice of God telling him, cut the rope so as you can live. Cut this relationship so as you can live. Disconnect from the social media so as you can have connection with me. I keep repeating this, but it is becoming an epidemic. The first thing, this is the research. The research is done on teenagers. The first thing the teenagers look when they open their eyes is, therefore, the last thing they look at when they go, before they go to sleep, is their phone. You remember the commandment of the Lord, I am the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. Unfortunately now, we are too much attached to our phone to think that we want to find it. Have you ever forgot your phone home and didn't return back? Then one time I was with Sayyidina, and I was rushed, so I forgot my phone somewhere, and I stayed without my phone for 5 hours, and my mind is chasing. Okay, who called me and they didn't reply? Maybe something happened, and it is like as if you are going on a panic mode. Then I told myself, it's no big deal, nothing is going to happen, just relax. If anything worse happen, then pick up the Sayyidina's phone or whoever's phone, and it should be fine. And I returned back to the phone. I apologized to the people that I missed their attempt to reach me, and nothing happened. But we are wired in this manner to the extent that is affecting us big time. And we don't want to let go. We don't want to let go because we think that this is this is very important to us. Let us agree on something. All the social media and all the whatever you are on, Netflix, Snapchat, Instagram, Tumblr, whatever is the stuff that you, Facebook is very old now and obsolete. But whatever you are in, or whatever you are attached to, when you are attached or when you are logging into your personal account, this is feeding more to yourself or to your relationship with God. And every time you are logging in, me and Adil posted the same picture in the church. Adil had 100 likes and I had 2 likes. Then I said, it is the same picture, the same location, the same thing, and why you are getting 100 and I am getting 2, and all this obsession, as if my worth, as if my value is linked to how many people like, or how many people follow me, or how many people are there for me. The more we are attached to social media, and the more we are attached to our screen, the more this is feeding to ourselves. And and this is the trap. The more we focus on ourselves, the less satisfied we feel. The more you focus on ourselves, the less satisfied you feel. 30% of people log in on Facebook become more depressed or happy after they finish logging. And if you have 3 people, those 3 logged into Facebook for 30 minutes, for example, and see them after they finished serving or going through whatever posted. 1 out of 3 is feeling more depressed. Do you know why? Because you are missing out. They had a gathering and they didn't invite me. They were going to this trip and they never told me about it. They had this wedding reception and nobody invited me. So missing out on stuff makes us feel less important, unwanted, unloved, unappreciated, and we tend to be feeling more empty. So the social media is giving us focus more on ourselves, and the more we are focusing on ourselves, the less we are satisfied, missing out on stuff, feeling empty. How I want to void this emptiness, or this to cover this void by doing things, finding reason or purpose in weird things, and you will find people getting involved in a lot of stuff. Now even couples are fighting. Did you see this couple? His wife posted this very nice post in their wedding anniversary, and she told him how much she loved him, and this is the best time ever for them in the past 25 years, and why you didn't post anything for me? And the problem is that this husband didn't tell his wife anything face to face, but he's just posting it online for the sake of show off. It is just for show off. Ahmed, let's stay there, but it's not working. It is just for the sake of just showing something that is completely outside. We're missing out on the depth of the connection on the level of the human being. So we think that, or we are sucked into measuring our lives by who follow us and how many online friends we have. We want to believe that we are more than the total number of clicks on our last post. But we still check to see how many we have. We have this delusion and this vicious cycle that we are in, and it is captivating the mind of the majority of the youth and some of the older people as well. The reason is simple: we are created for more and way more. We are not created for earth, but we are created for heaven. We are not created to be liked but to show love. We are not created to draw attention to ourselves, but to give glory to God. We are not created to collect followers and likes on social media, but to follow the one who said, I am the way. The social media and the technology are great, but unfortunately, we need to have a pause and we need to revisit what we do and tell ourselves what we are going to forsake for the sake of God. What we are going to forsake. The Bible is teaching us about forsaking. Let the wicked. This is a very nice Bible verse in the book of Isaiah. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return to the Lord, and he will have mercy on him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. Let us forsake. If it is a sin, let us forsake our old ways, our bad relationships, our old habits, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, because unfortunately the problem is in the mind. And let us return back to the Lord, and He has given us a promise to love Him and a promise for forgiveness. The Bible also told us to forsake youthful lust, but pursue righteousness. Flee also youthful lust. أما الشهوات الشهوية فاهرب منها واتبع البر والإيمان والتقوى. If you have a picture here of someone, he is not running away from something and chasing the deja vu. He is running away and pursuing something. And the problem is not to run away, so as you live all your life running away from something. No. Flee also youthful lust, but pursue. I'm running away from the lust, but I'm pursuing what? I'm doing something positive here. Righteousness, faith, love, peace with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart. And in every party, in every gathering, in every assembly of your friends, 2 Timothy 2:2, return back and see, go back to the last slide, please. Flee also youthful lust, but pursue. If the place that you are going to or you are invited to, are you there pursuing righteousness, faith, love, peace with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart? Go. If you are going to a place where those people are there, then definitely go and invite me. Because I am not finding those people who are call on the Lord out of a pure heart. But if you are being invited to something that no unrighteousness, no faith, hatred, no peace, and no one is calling upon God out of a pure heart, so why should I be there? Why should I put myself in that setting? So it is not only forsake, but forsake and pursue. Forsake possessions. And the problem is, as we shared, and this is the gospel of today, forsaking. So likewise, whoever does not forsake all that he has cannot be my disciple. There was three brothers in Egypt. Their dad was extremely wealthy. The first two brothers, older brothers, are above age, and the younger one is a minor. So they brought Abuna, and they said, "This is the wealth that our dad gave us, so we'll divide it 33% on each one." Because of the younger brother was minor, so the older two brothers said, "You know what, we'll keep the money. When you are of age, we'll give you the money." This is a true story. Then the younger brother became of age, and he went to his older brother. He told him, "What are you talking about? Did we meet before? Abuna, agreement? No, forget about this. If you want your money, sue me." Second brother said the same. So the third younger brother went to Abuna. Abuna was alike, and he told him, "Okay, let us have a family meeting." And in the family meeting, though that the same Abuna was attending the first time where they promised to give the younger brother his money, after all these years, they got attached to the money more than the love to their brother, or even honoring God or fearing God, and they took his portion. They started fighting with Abuna and with the younger brother, and the younger brother said, he was very, very upset, and he said, "I am purchasing heaven with this money. I am buying, أنا هشتري السما بالفلوس دي. So I don't want this money from you, and don't worry about it." This happened on Tuesday. Saturday, this young man went to confess and told Abuna about a story. Sunday he took communion. Sunday he returned back home. He had a nap and he passed away. As you know, as some of you know, that in Egypt the burial is very quickly. So if someone passed away in the morning, usually the burial is in the same day. And Abuna said this in the sermon in the funeral of the third son, the third brother. Your brother, after he told you on Tuesday, I am letting go, I am purchasing this money, heaven with this money. On Saturday, he had a dream where Saint Mary appeared to him in that dream, and she told him, God and all the heaven listen to your statement that you purchase heaven with this money, and be ready tomorrow. I will come with the saints and will take your soul. Go and take communion. In that time he went to Abuna, he confessed, he told him the dream. Second day he took communion, returned back home, and this what happened. And it was the attachment. It is a big issue. It is a big issue. And the Lord is asking us, if you really want to follow me, forsake all and follow me, because this is the key. This is the key. Can you move to what shall we do because of the time? We should do three F. Number one, forsake and pursue. No, move quickly. Number one, forsake and pursue. Forsake the whatever is holding you back from God, whatever is holding you back from pursuing your eternal life, whatever is holding you back from returning back to church, whatever is holding you back, or whoever is holding you back from literally going for God. Forsake, but do not do just forsake and doing nothing, but pursue love, patience, faith with those who call upon the Lord with a pure heart. So number one, forsake and pursue. Number two, forsake little. Start with little baby steps towards God, because it will have a big impact on you. There were two girls in Egypt. They knew that they are traveling overseas, and the first girl said, you know what, I'm going to this country and I don't have any clue about their language. I will just sit 10 minutes every night on YouTube to learn this language. And the other girl said, you know what, who cares? And they know that they are traveling, and after a year, every day 10 minutes, every day 10 minutes, every day 10 minutes, she grasped a big chunk of the need, or her need to navigate her life, and she was leading the other girl in that country because of just 10 minutes every day. We need to do baby steps with God. If even the first 10 minutes in your lunch break, the first 10 minutes between switching in your classes, the first 10 minutes in front of God in the beginning of the day, forsake little things for the sake of God. Even some people, they are forsaking now meals. If you go, this is a website called Skip One. The Skip One idea is simply forsake a meal for the sake of donation. Donate to, this is the goal of this organization. Skip one fancy dinner and eat something very simple, and the difference donated to help the poor, because this can be a sustenance or a coverage to the need of a family for a month in a poor country. So number one, forsake and pursue. Number two, forsake little. And towards the end of this year, don't leave the church today and tell God, okay, what you are going to forsake to God. And for the youth and for those who are all the time on the screen, ask yourself what you are going to forsake for God today. If it is the first 10 minutes, if it is you are going to post things for the sake of God, if it is decrease the distraction, and whatever you know that is going to have a positive impact on you. So, what are the three F's? Number one, forsake and pursue. Number two, forsake little. And number three, 4 books. The 4 books that will help us in our journey to forsake are simple. We'll move to the 4 books. The 4 books are, number 1 is the Holy Bible, the Scripture. When you forsake your time, it is in the end it is time dedication. In the end, it is just time dedication. The more you dedicate time, the more things will change. So the 4 books that will help you in this is, number 1 is the Holy Bible. Number 2 is the Book of Hours, which is the Baky. Number 3 is your checkbook. By giving more, because by this you are not attached to what you have, but you are giving to God abundantly. And number 4 is your calendar book, when you have a time that you are dedicating this time to God. I will tell you the story of a lady that was Magdi Yaoub, a very famous cardiothoracic surgeon in Egypt, in UK, is one of the most famous cardiothoracic surgeons in the whole world. This lady had a problem in anesthesia, and she cannot take full anesthesia. So they operated on her when she was alive, she was awake. So they are having like a screen, and so she is aware of everything happens. And she didn't see the surgeon, but she is hearing. We are speaking of a surgeon who has done this surgery at least 10,000 times. Because in every day he is doing 5 or 6 surgery per hour or 2 hours. We have many operation room, and every operation room has a team that is preparing the patient, and he is just entering to do his expertise and leave. And with all this expertise, with all this very famous worldwide awarded surgeon, he entered and he said this: Ya Rabbi, mid idak qabl idi. Oh God, put your hands before my hand. Put your hand before my hand. What is this? It is simply God is in His calendar. Even in the time when we are having important things, or the things that we do, God is having time in His. God is there in His time. With that busy person, with that famous surgeon, but he is still counting on the hand of God and still asking for God to intervene, because God is part of His day. It is not that I'm Christian on Sunday and everything else, all the rest of the week I have nothing to do with God. May God give me and give each one of us that we will forsake and pursue, we will forsake little by little, and we will forsake God and use those 4 books that will help us: the Bible, the Baky, the donation, and our calendar, to whom is the glory forever and ever. Amen.